Hello everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Pearblossom Press video. Today we're going to be making some very quick and easy tags, but let's talk about what we're using first. I'm going to be using the one light from this halo light combo. I love these, and it comes with 6 one lights, so you can crank out several tags if you really want to. I'm not kidding when I say I made these tags in like 15 minutes. And then you're having the Pearblossom Press stamp set. I brought in this darling little lawn fawn stamp called Little Fireflies, and there is a matching die to go along with it, so that's great. We're going to be using that. I have the colored vellum, and it's a whole pack of different colors of vellum, and it's fabulous. I love it. And then this that I'm bringing in is the Magic Iris Camera Pull Tab add-on. So it's an add-on. It goes with the camera, the Magic Iris camera. And now that I'm looking at this, I really feel like I should do a light-up camera with the pull tab so we could have a double interactive, right? I think we should do it. So, gonna have to do that. So yeah, I'm just gonna use the Polaroid from there. That's gonna be my tag. I went ahead and stamped out our little firefly using some blackout ink by Ink on 3 and stamped that onto a scrap of Express It cardstock using very simple coloring in this whole little YG color family of my Olos. I just colored him up very, very simply, and then I'm going to use the matching die to cut him out. What I do like about this little stamp set and the matching die is that that die works for his forward facing and back facing. So if you wanted him to be like a little like spinner, you could do that too. I did die cut out our little Polaroid, and then I cut down some navy cardstock to be slightly bigger than the opening. And then I did cut down a back for that. We're going to start working on our little Polaroid. So I've already made one of these, and so I already had the pieces inside my MISTI. Just lined up all the wording and the little heart, like his little flight path, and I'm using a anti-static powder tool on that back. And then we're going to ink up all of those stamps using some Juicy Embossing ink, which is just a clear sticky ink. And then we'll cover that with some detail white embossing powder. And I'm kind of wishing that I had used my Pearblossom Press white or black cardstock. That sentiment stock is super smooth and fabulous for doing any sort of embossing on it. You don't have issues really if you've used an anti-static powder tool. It's so smooth you don't have issues with powder sticking where it shouldn't, and you always get a really perfect stamp. So here we have "Hope your day glows with happiness." Those words didn't come out entirely, so I am using one of the gel pens from the store just to outline the words "hope your," so they stand out a little bit more. And then I want to add some little silver splatter to that background to make it look like there are stars in the background, since this is a night sky. And then that's how that looks. Really fun, very small, and very quick. I'm going to use this circle die to die cut out some of that colored vellum. I did it out of some yellow because I'm going to put that right behind his little rear end. So a little dot of glue, and then I can stick him down over that so it looks like he's glowing. And then now we need to poke our hole where our light is going to go. And so I just used my pickup stick to poke a hole in there. I'm going to add a little bit of glue around the perimeter of the opening for the Polaroid, and then I can glue down our navy night sky. Just make sure that hole is nice and open because I want that light to really show. I'll butt it up against the back, and then I'm going to use a pencil just to mark where my light is going to be. So that way I can stick down our one light. Once again, that one light's going to come from that Halo Light multi-pack. It's the Halo Light combo. Comes with 2 Halo lights and several of those one lights, which are, I just love that. It's fabulous. So throw away all those extra pieces. Put your light and your battery together, and it's just that simple. And so now that's kind of where I want my light to go. Before I actually attach anything down, I do want to stamp on the back. I always seem to forget that, so I didn't want to forget it today. So I'm bringing in that Pearblossom Press stamp, and I am going to stamp on the back, "Handmade for you." And then I can just write my name on the back. So that's where I want my light to go, so that the press button, the little press thing, will be down on the Polaroid part. So we'll glue that down, and then we can hold our Polaroid over the top and kind of mark where we're going to have the press here, or press me. I think it says press here. I started out with push, and then I thought I wanted smaller, daintier wording since this is a small tag. So I'll bring in some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink and stamp press here so the recipient knows. And then we can bring in our world's best foam tape because yes, it is. You've heard me say that so many times. I love this foam tape. But at this point I realized I almost forgot since this is supposed to be a tag, I need to attach some string or some ribbon or something. And so I'm grabbing this baker's twine that I have and I'm just cutting that down so that it can be a loop. And I want to make sure this doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue on that back. I'll stick down my baker's twine, and then I'm also going to cover that with a little chunk of the world's best foam tape. And then once this, after 24 hours, that is completely cured and that's not going anywhere. So I'll trim down a little bit more and we'll put it around our battery. And then we can peel off that release paper, which peels off so simply. And another thing that makes this world's best foam tape so amazing is if I didn't get that down centered the way I wanted it, I can peel it back. You've got about 30 minutes and it won't ruin your piece, which is fabulous. But everything worked out fine. Surprise, surprise. Now we need to glue down our little lightning bug. And look, he glows. I just love him so much. And I made 2 because why not? And I did both of them in about 15 minutes. They're fabulous. Love them, love them. And they can go on a thank you gift, they can go on a birthday gift, they can go on a lot of things. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Pearblossom Press has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.